Hi everyone, welcome to Hollywood Hills as we are now officially into the racing month of May. This is going to be a super busy one because we've already just come back from the 424s, their third round. So we're going to be flying into the edit for that this week. So watch out for that on next week's show. And we're going to be building up to the National, which is going to be up there in Excelsior, and at the end of the month, the next round of the GxCC. So lots of busy things happening, and it's finally happening. May and June are going to be bangers for racing, for all of us to go out there. That means it's banger shows for us here at Hollywood Hills as well. This week, it's going to be an interesting one. So as you've seen, the GxCCs were unable to have us down to film the first two rounds of their shows and their races, but now we are back on it because Chris from VW MasterCars in Hatfield came on board as our main production partner for the GxCC shows. So we thought it's only right that we go down and speak to the main man. And while we were there, we managed to get Wian to come down, do a bit of handshaking, and we talked to him about the cancelled round number 3 of theirs, as well as what the rest of the GxCCs will look like going forward into the rest of 2022. This is the Chris and Wian Show. Chris, I've been chatting to you this whole last year. It seems like VW Hatfield MasterCars really want to get a grip on motorsport racing in this country. It seems like it's working for you. Are you starting to see the benefits of this big partnership?
I think the whole partnership, why we're involved, you can see there's it's a close family. I mean, in the motorsport industry. I mean, take it if you go to a race and you get stuck with a wheel, there's like 20,000 guys helping you. So, I mean, that's the type of people we want to be actually mixed with, because I mean it's solid people. I mean, so motorsport, I mean, just shows you the guys got discipline. Same what you can expect from us, of course. And it's all about not yourself; it's about the whole team thing. Somebody out there as well. So no, definitely.
We've worked with you and the company on a few projects, but now you've obviously come in as the main production partner for the GxCCs. That's a different marketplace, and we just chatted to Wian, and obviously he's happy with how things are working out.
Oh, well, if you have a look where they hold their races, I mean, if you take last Radium, which didn't now obviously happened, you need an Amarok to get in there. So, I mean, there's a huge potential for us out there. I mean, your normal small little cars, or even some of the Rangers, I see got pulled out there with a tractor. So, I mean, that's why, yeah, if we can get in there with the Amaroks, it makes it life easier for the guys as well. So, definitely.
I think the idea of partnership with especially production side is to make sure the name goes out there, but obviously yes, to create sales as well.
Obviously, I mean, yeah, we want to get a name out there. I mean, if you think about a vehicle, obviously what we want is Hatfield Motorcars Pretoria, because that's what we want. You must see it already. You mustn't go think, okay, I want to buy a car, where do you want to go? So definitely, that's why we want to get ourselves out there, be productive, and in another way, we also help. So yeah, that's the main thing.
You're obviously on the branding for the show, but you're physically out there at the events as well. Are people coming up to you and asking about vehicles at the events?
No, definitely. You get some of the guys. I mean, we even get calls where the guys phone us and listen, I see you've got this on your bucky, where can I get that? So it's not about a sale. I mean, we've got an accessory department as well. So not always about the vehicle itself, but I mean, the small little things, they do call me as well to say, listen, where do you get that? Where do you get that? Because my bucky is rigged up so that people can see what we can actually do on an Amarok. And I mean, if you like the Amarok, why not? I mean, so we display everything over there. So yes, I do get people, and we thank you for that.
MasterCars being the second-hand side, obviously the main new dealership, and that massive workshop. I can't believe how busy that place is.
Yeah, no, MasterCars, that's where we deal with not only second-hand vehicles, demo vehicles as well. I mean, we've got a stock holding of about 300 vehicles as MasterCars and demos. New cars, I mean, they always have a lot of cars as well because of factory supply. Our workshop, that's something different. I mean, you can see now as we go on, cars up and down, they do 100 vehicles a day. So they're quite very busy, but they also look after the customers. I mean, the technician you work with, that's your service advisor. So I mean, our workshop is very successful, and it's definitely somebody to use. If you don't going to buy a car, we can service your vehicle for you as well.
Chris, that's great. Thanks for your support.
All right, thanks a lot.
Wian, been a while since we chatted, but we thought we'd kill two birds with one stone. First bird, obviously VW and Big Chris coming on board for the productions. And second, let's talk about GxCC round number 3/4.
Yeah, interesting one, eh? It was one of those where you're lying in bed and you're listening to every single raindrop coming down throughout the night. And at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, we had to make a call, and we started phoning up MSA and all the MSA stewards and clerk of the course, and the decision was made to say, it's not going ahead for today.
No ways.
Yeah, it was an absolute mud bath. We had a bit of rain in the afternoon, and it looked fine, and then the rain just kept on going throughout the night. 120 millimeters of rain coming down, which made it completely impossible for anybody to even get to the farm, never less even talking about getting into the pit area. It was a mud bath.
And we were laughing because, you know, Rodium was kind of the reboot from lockdown in 2020.
Yeah.
We know it's sandy, so everyone was like, oh, it's sand, it's going to absorb the rain, it's going to be fine, but that's how much came down.
It was just way too much. The terrain was just soaked up so much. It was saturated everywhere. Water was just standing in places where we know it's a sandy section, but yeah, just water couldn't go anywhere. And that whole area is pretty flat, so there's no runoff for the water to go anywhere. So it's literally just sitting there. And yeah, they've had a lot of rain again over the Easter weekend, and it pretty much looked exactly the same as the weekend before. I know there's some more rain coming for this coming weekend, but ultimately we're looking good for 5 weeks from now to have the race there again.
Yeah, the call was obviously based on the fact you've done all that donkey work. It is going to dry out, so we are going to go racing. So what was round number 3 actually turns into round number 4, correct?
Correct, yes. Yeah, so I mean, we decided to go back to the same venue. All the work's been done. Look, we're going to have to go in and slash everything again because the grass would have grown about that much again. So yeah, we're going to have to go in and slash everything again. The markers are still there, so we just need to freshen it up and get going with it again. That's the big plan and the idea. It would have been an impossible task to even go in and retrieve all of our markers and droppers out on the course. It was just waterlogged.
We'll obviously try and get out there a couple of weeks before and chat to you. Miranda's tried desperately to explain the point system to me, and I think I've got it, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, there was a lot of talks between ourselves and Motorsport to come up with an idea of how we can still let this round count, although we didn't race it. So with 5 rounds remaining for the year, there's points up for grabs for round number 3. So if we use an example, in the next race, which is round 4, if you come into the first place, that's 25 points. So for the remainder of the 5 rounds, we've divided points for round number 3 into 5. So you'll get a fifth of the points that will go towards round number 3.
So if you take a win, it's 25 points plus 5 points.
Exactly. And so on and so on. So if you look at second, third place, whatever the points is for that position,
divide by 5.
Yeah, a fifth of that will go towards the points counting for round number 3. Very important, that'll only be applicable to the guys that have actually entered for the race and that have paid for the race. So if you pulled out of the race a couple of days before because of an injury, unfortunately, you know, you can't have that round count any points for your championship.
Okay, I got you. And then it looks like you announced round number 5 will be Lakoa Lodge as well.
Yeah, we've been out there over just after Easter weekend to go and meet up with the owners. It's under new management and new ownership at the moment. They are super excited to have us there. The word got out and people are still already phoning and booking spots for the chalets. So yeah, we want to try and give them a big boost for their business as well. Book out all those chalets, and we're making some plans to have a big party after the race on the Saturday evening, so people can stay over and really go and enjoy not just the racing, but enjoy the facility at the lodge there.
Super cool, and obviously we're getting ourselves ready to go back and film with you guys. We couldn't be more happy about that. It is sucked to not film the GxCCs.
No, it felt empty.
So obviously the reason for that is Chris Harmser, and we've got another sponsor coming on board as well, but Chris is the guy that's put his hand in his pocket first. Awesome. And yeah, that's going to be cool to be actually out there with the people again.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, a lot of guys came up just and said, hey, when are we going to get footage again? You know, we also need to really understand some of the bigger teams, they throw a lot of money into the team and to the riders, but they want to get their brand out, and if there's no TV coverage, then they're not getting any use out of it. So it's really amazing, and I think it's a very important facet to have the race filmed and to be broadcasted on whatever media for this time, for the timing, but it just needs to get out there, and that'll make everybody happy again.
Cool, Wian. Can't wait to be out the tracks with you again.
Good stuff.
Cool, dude.
So there, we've got it from the horse's mouth. A lot of explanation and great information coming in for Wian, and it looks like it's going to be a real solid run for the rest of the GxCC Championship in 2022. And as always, great to go down there and chat to the VW guys. Chris and his crew are just stellar. They cannot help themselves enough for coming on board and helping us. We cannot thank them enough as well. It is just a relationship made in heaven. So now, as we said, we get ourselves ready to go into edit. 424 just happened. We're going to go into edit next week, find out what went down out at Delmas. Laters.